Two capacitors A and B with capacities 3 microfarad and 2 microfarad are charged to a potential difference of 100 volt and 180 volt respectively. The plates of the capacitor are connected as shown in the figure with one wire from each capacitor free. The upper plate of a positive and that of B is negative. An uncharged 2 microfarad capacitor C with lead wires falls on the free end to complete the circuit. Okay, so we have to first find out the final charge on each capacitance. Okay, we have to find out the final charge on each capacitance. The second thing, we have to find out the amount of the energy, electrostatic energy stored in the system before and after the completion of the circuit. If I get the final charges on each capacitance, I can get the initial and final energies. Now let us say the initial charge on the capacitance, let it be equal to Q1, and the 2 microfarad let it be equal to Q2. Okay, so over here it will be equal to, so over here Q1 will be equal to C into V. Okay, it is equal to C1 into V1. Now C1 is given as 3 and the voltage is given as 100, which is equal to 300 microcoulomb. Okay, similarly Q2 is equal to C2 into V2. Okay, it is equal to C2 into V2, which is equal to 2 into 180, which will be equal to 360 microcoulomb, and the initial charge on the third will be equal to 0 because the potential difference across it will be equal to 0. Okay, this is the initial charge before they are connected. Okay, before they are connected. After they are connected, let us say the charge on the 2 microfarad capacitor developed, let it be equal to Q. So some amount of the charge will be removed from this part. Okay, some amount of the charge will go from here. So the total charge will be equal to Q1 minus Q. Okay, after a long time, when after finally it will be Q1 minus Q, and over here it will be equal to Q2 minus Q. Okay, and it will be equal to Q2 minus Q over here. Okay, so in this case, if I apply the Kirchhoff's law, okay, this will be positive and this will be over here negative. Okay, this will be positive and this will be over here negative. Okay, this will be negative over here. Okay, so if I apply the Kirchhoff's law, it will be equal to Q1 minus Q divided by Q1 minus Q divided by 3. Okay, that is divided by 3. Okay, that is the total voltage over here, plus Q2 minus Q divided by 2 will be equal to Q divided by 2. Okay, Q divided by 2. I am applying the Kirchhoff's law in order to get the total charge. Now Q1 over here is 300, so 300 minus Q divided by 3 plus Q2 is given as 360, so 360 minus Q divided by 2 is equal to Q divided by 2. If I multiply the whole equation by 6, it will be equal to 600 minus 2Q plus it will be equal to multiplied by 3, so it will be equal to it will be over here equal to 1080 minus 3Q is equal to 3Q. Okay, is equal to 3Q. So basically it will be equal to 5Q, that is equal to 8Q over here will be equal to 1680. Okay, it will be equal to 1680. Okay, Q will be equal to 1680 divided by 8, which will be equal to 210 microcoulomb. This is the total charge developed on the 2 microfarad capacitor, which was initially uncharged. So the charge developed on the first capacitor is equal to Q1 minus Q. Okay, which is equal to Q1 minus Q, which is equal to 300 minus Q1 minus Q is equal to 300 minus 210, which is equal to 90 microcoulomb. The charge developed on the second capacitor is equal to Q2 minus Q, which will be equal to 360 minus 210, which is equal to 150 microcoulomb. So these are the final charges developed on. If I say the charge developed on the first capacitor, it is equal to 90 microcoulomb. Finally, charge developed on the second is equal to 210 microcoulomb, and the charge developed on the third will be equal to 150 microcoulomb. Okay, these are the final charges developed. Okay, now we have to find out the amount of electrostatic energy stored in the system before and after the completion of the circuit. Before the completion of the circuit, U1 will be equal to half Q1 square divided by C1 plus half Q2 square divided by C2. Okay, Q2 square divided by C2. Okay, Q3 square divided by C3 will be equal to 0 because there was no charge on the Q3 capacitor. So I can take half common. Q1 divided by, now the initial charge was equal to, the initial charge over here Q1 is given as 300 microcoulomb, so it will be equal to 300 square divided by, it will be equal to 300 square divided by 3 plus, I can say that Q2 is equal to 360 square divided by 360 square divided by 2. 360 square divided by 2 into, now since this is in microcoulomb, it will be equal to 10 raised to minus 12, okay, into 10 raised to minus 12. So it will be equal to, so basically it will be 2 will be in the denominator, okay, not in the square part, okay, not in the square part over here. So if I calculate this value, the initial, if I calculate this value over here, the initial value of the energy after I calculate this part, okay, the initial value of the energy after I calculate this part will come out to be, the initial energy over here will come out to be 44744 into 10 raised to minus 4, which is equal to 47.4 millijoules, okay. This is the initial energy, and if I want to calculate the final energy, similarly I will find out the same method, by the same method, half Q1 square divided by C1 plus half Q2 square divided by C2 plus half, now there is third capacitor also, so Q3 square divided by C3. If I calculate that value, it will come out to be 180 into 10 raised to minus 4 joules, that is equal to 18 millijoules. This is the final energy developed in the system.